or in meditation mode, anything that would also keep it from emitting light or sound. And for our love streamers, streaming in from wherever you are, right here in Southern California and on the East Coast and everywhere in between, you might want to just put yours on Do Not Disturb. As we get ready to move into Do Not Disturb, we are going to begin, as always, with our reading and our evocation.
Good evening. My name is Susan Donovan, and our reading tonight is from Total Meditation by Deepak Chopra. Life always knows what to do, even if we doubt that we do. No one had to teach your heart how to beat. Humble skin cells undertake processes as complex as those as in a brain cell. Red blood corpuscles, the only cells in the body that lack DNA, are regulated to know where to take their load of oxygen and when to unload it. Where does this knowing come from? In medical school, the brain is identified as the seat of consciousness, an assumption that has spread through society as common knowledge, but is totally wrong. A mistaken notion born of pride. Let's drop the whole mistaken belief that limits consciousness to the thinking mind and assign it instead to everything in nature. The human condition, namely the complex and conflicting characteristics of who we are, has been lamented for centuries. But there is a counter-view that offers a solution. It looks on total consciousness as a reality that permeates human life as completely as it permeates everything in nature. Let us turn within in prayer. I'm just taking a moment to open my heart because I am feeling so much gratitude. How grateful I am for this moment. How grateful I am for how we choose to come together in this way. How grateful I am for this community and our opportunity to drop into meditation tonight. And how wonderful it is to know that there's just this one thing that is taking place. That divine presence which is in back of it all, in back of all existence and all creation. How good it is to know that this presence is always bringing forward in creative ways, bringing forward our good, is always loving, always knowing, always present. And in this realization, I also know how connected we are with each other as we're all of the one mind. How good it is to know who and whose we are. And in so much gratitude, I'm blessing this evening as a night of celebration and joy as we relax in our meditation. I'm so grateful for all the good that has come forward today. Grateful for how we choose to come together and celebrate our lives. And in this gratitude and thankfulness, I simply say, and so it is, Amen.
So it is.
Amen. Thank you, Susan. That was beautiful. And so I'm just going to say a few words before we go into meditation. If you just showed up into our physical space, just another reminder to make sure that any cellular devices are either off or in meditation mode. As we prepare to go into meditation mode, once again, I welcome you. I'm Reverend Keith. This is our Soul Center Midweek meditation. And as Deepak Chopra kind of referenced in his writing from his book, Total Meditation, there's that idea of total consciousness. Beyond just what most of us think as like a consciousness that comes from our mind or our mentality. But there is, when we look at the autonomic nervous system and all the functions that are happening automatically in your body, the wisdom that knows how to digest your food, that knows how to oxygenate your blood, the wisdom that knows how to orbit the planets, total consciousness. They've discovered in science not that long ago that your organs, all the organs have a brain within them. The heart has a brain. The lungs have a brain. That brain is the wisdom within it that tells it how to function as lungs, how to oxygenate the blood, how the oxygen goes in and makes its way into the bloodstream. So there's more to a consciousness When you look at the indigenous cultures around the globe, one of the things that you'll see with indigenous people is a reverence for the land and connecting with the consciousness, whether that is animals, whether that is the weather, whether it is the plants and the seasons, where they connect in and start to feel the natural circadian rhythms. In meditation, we can do that and so much more. I would suggest that as we move into meditation this evening, a couple guidelines I'll just throw out there as intentions go. First, that you're just going to allow it to be what it is inherently, effortless. Many people, even very seasoned people who have been meditating for years, sometimes have noticed that every once in a while this thing we call the surface mind has little things it wants to discuss when we're trying to be still. Maybe it wants to discuss what I'm going to be doing after this meditation, or why is this meditation taking so long, or what am I going to have for breakfast in the morning, or what so-and-so said earlier today. I have found the best way to deal with those types of things is not to give them any attention, not to push them away necessarily, but just bring your awareness back. In many cases, we'll bring it back to our breath, or as the late, great Wayne Dyer would say, if you can just bring your awareness back to the space between the words. It's like, imagine the two words and you just come right in here. And also, one of the things that I'm going to just encourage you to just, what we do in meditation is it's more of an observation than anything else. You're observing you. You get to move from the surface mind and move into a place of the witness or the observer where you can actually witness your thoughts. The proof that we have higher consciousness is that you can observe the thoughts you're thinking from above those thoughts. You can also observe wisdom that might be coming through your, what we might call your higher self. So, and you also might be able to witness transmutation as it begins to happen in your physical, emotional, or mental bodies. The more you do it, as I've been doing it for 25 plus years now, with earnest, not the old, sometimes we meditate without knowing we're meditating, Sometimes you're walking, jogging, exercising, or you just get lost in something. You've been meditating. Conscious meditation means I'm paying attention and I'm observing, and then there's an intention that we bring to it. So one of those intentions I'm going to offer up is that we're going to allow this to be the best, the most relaxing, the most delicious, the highest, greatest, grandest, most revelatory, rejuvenating meditation ever. I'm going to throw it out there. We're just not going to be disturbed. When you set the intention, I'm not going to be disturbed. Nothing from the inner world, nothing from the outer world is going to disturb me. I will just be steeped in a relaxation. If you doze off, no problem. If you fall asleep, if you hear every word I say during the centering, great. If you don't hear a word I say, wonderful. There will be no judgment, no pressure, just relax to the best of our abilities, observe, and you might notice the natural phenomenon, because when we get out of our own way energetically by being still, the natural phenomenon that takes place, and this is Healing 101, and they've done scientific research in hospitals. They did research, I know, at UCLA Medical Center. When people feel safe, relaxed, and comfortable, healing automatically and exponentially grows. That happens in two ways. Medications, this is what they were studying. Medications work better when people are not stressed, and just your natural ability of your immune system to kick in and heal at its highest good, that also happens when you're relaxed. So that's just going to be a side effect. So I'm hoping we're all good with that. We're all going to be good with it. We're going to go ahead and start. I'm going to invite you to get ready, sit any way that feels right and good to you. We're going to just intend that all the channels and all the meridians of our physical, emotional, and mental bodies are wide open only to goodness. We're going to bring down the lights here in the sanctuary as we are now ready to begin. And as always, we begin by first giving ourselves permission to relax. Just saying to ourselves and our minds, I give myself permission to relax. Our entire physical body, all the muscles, all the organs, all the tendons and tissues, relaxing. Our emotions melting into spaciousness. And our mind slowly and gently letting go of thoughts. There's no hurry. There's no urgency. We are allowing the natural circadian rhythms of peace, love, beauty, joy, harmony to come profoundly into our awareness. We take a moment remembering we have no place to go. We have nothing to do except surrender into the deepest states of relaxation, rejuvenation, and revelation without changing anything. Just by intention. We take a moment. We allow our breath and our breathing to become deeper, fresher, wider, all on its own. Every cycle of breathing will become a little more relaxed, a little more fresh, a little more expansive. I invite you to imagine as you bring your awareness to the top of your head that your crown is wide open, like the dome of an observatory, open to gaze at the cosmos. Imagining a cosmic sky scattered with stars, planets, and directly overhead, as high as you can imagine, an angelic oasis that looks like a celestial cloud of golden white light, or however you sense it or see it, representing the eternal, the divine, infinite, benevolent brilliance, and an energy cascading down like a waterfall of light as wide as your entire energy field, is pouring down around you, over you. Snowflakes of golden white light begin to tingle as they land upon your scalp and shoulders and forearms. And you begin to notice that with every cycle of breathing, you are inhaling the breath of light, a soft, gentle wave of luminosity coming in through your crown as you inhale it down into your heart. And the heart begins to tingle, softening, opening. You can feel your chest relaxing as the heart center opens. No efforting, just observing and allowing. As you exhale, you can feel yourself letting go of heaviness, density, as though it is evaporating from every cell of your body. Inhaling, you begin to feel that breath of light going deeper, coming all the way down to the bottom of your belly, as your torso tingles with light. A soft, rejuvenating energy, taking us deeper into peace. Exhaling, you can feel a release of any efforting or trying, as the eternal energies of ease and effortlessness flood your body. And exhaling, you can feel time lifting, floating, evaporating. The past, the future, the present, as timelessness and spaciousness expand. The presence, you can feel it vitalizing with the natural circadian rhythms of wellness and goodness. Flood your body, emotions, and mind. On the next breath, as you inhale, and waves of light flood down into your hips. Everything is softening and strengthening. All the cells in your body are tingling with illumination. The energy flowing down through your thighs and hamstrings, shins and calves, ankles and heels, and the light as luminosity and weightlessness continues to expand. As our emotional body floods with light, you can feel it being fortified, purified, amplified in goodness. And the mental body, as thoughts continue to dissipate, and spaciousness continues to expand. You become aware of a consciousness beyond words, a wisdom beyond thought, a remembering from the very center of your soul, your true being, the higher self. And every cycle of breathing is taking us deeper and higher. In providence, rejuvenation, revelation, and it is here that we allow ourselves to relax, expand, and observe the divine in the stillness. Deeper and higher and grace, an intimate sense invite you to become aware of the elegance, the exquisite nature of that which is back of all life, that which we call life force, or chi or prana, which is breathing the breath right now, effortlessly. As we relax, we can feel it being breathed for us. The natural circadian rhythms that rejuvenate. You can feel it vitalizing. The wisdom that created our toes and feet, our kneecaps and legs, our organs and tissues, that allows us to walk, dance, swim, embrace. You can feel it vitalizing, returning as we acclimate to our indigenous vibration, the purity of singularity, the absolute. This is the very energy, untainted, of the soul. As we reacclimate to the eternal frequencies and energies that know no opposition. You can feel it vitalizing and expanding. That we may hold more life force, more wellness. This energy never degenerates. It only rejuvenates. More zest, clarity, optimism, faith, passion. You can feel or sense the energy of harmony. The harmony that knows exactly how to orbit each of the planets in our solar system in perfection. It knows how to germinate a seed into a blade of grass or a tree. So we allow that vitalizing energy to flood and fill every nook and cranny of our physical, emotional, and mental bodies. A resilience. Resilience that allows us to be impervious to the temporal energies. There's nothing to do. Just allow yourself to feel it fortifying that which we call life force, the omni-activity of the divine. We take a moment and we remember the truth. Back of all life, there's an intelligence, an omniamorous love, a power that only seeks to beget good. We may call it the universe, the creator. We may call it Jehovah or Allah or Yahweh Dios, Joda, the One, or God. You may call it a higher power, infinite brilliance that has never once judged, that has never once withheld. It only blesses, caresses, and expresses its goodness. And as every sacred text from around the globe throughout all of time has stated in one way or another, each of us formed and fashioned in the image and likeness of God, beyond our personality, beyond our age or gender, race or religion. There's a divine spark that has never been hurt or harmed, that only knows eternality. We allow that to rise and shine. And it is when we are still, when we relax, the rejuvenation, the relaxation gives way to revelation, truth. And so I'm grateful for our time outside of time. I'm grateful to know that there is no efforting anywhere in the universe. The sun does not effort to shine, nor do any of the other billions or trillions of stars. The waves do not effort to crash. The earth does not effort to orbit. And there is no efforting in bringing forward the present as we simply allow it. As you become aware of your physical body and the chair beneath you, as we come back into a lucid state of divine awareness, I just invite you to become aware of your legs and your body, and allow yourself to just simply feel the integration of expanded goodness and wellness. And it is from a place of gratitude and thanksgiving, knowing that as we allow the natural circadian rhythms to flow, goodness arises. And we just let it be in agreement by saying, and so it is. Amen. And whether you choose to stay with your eyes closed, or whether you want to open them, whether you want to give your knees a little squeeze with opposite hands as a way to balance your energy or bring yourself back into your body. Whatever feels right and good to you. The lights are going to come up in the sanctuary. And welcome back to those of you who are streaming, and welcome back to those of you who are here. And just so you know, for those of you who might be tuning in for the first time or here for the first time, we're a soul center. We're a interfaith, trans-denominational community of spiritual truth, I'll say. And we're here. We have our midweek meditation on Wednesdays. We have a daily affirmative prayer on Zoom and on our Facebook page at 9:30 Monday through Saturday. And we have our Sunday meditation here at 10 a.m. followed by a 10:30 music and message. We've got all kinds of things going on in our community if you want to participate, however much or little. We are a nonprofit, 501c3, so if you want to make a contribution, you're more than welcome to. The ways you can do that are up on the screen for those of you streaming in. It's totally up to you if you want to make a contribution. If you're here and you want to make one in cash or a check, there's a donation box at the back of the room. Or you can also use those ways if it calls to you. We do appreciate that. And we are complete for the evening. in terms of the formal meditation service. If you want to sit and chill for a little bit, or if you want to share anything that came through, for those of you who are here, you're more than welcome to. You can move about the cabin should you so choose. And love streamers, we'll see you tomorrow on our daily affirmative prayer, and good to see all of you and all of you.